All right, it's the 2023 Ride of Remembrance, and we just did some exercises, and now we will see what happens.
Coming to this place on this day and this time for us to honor our Bragg Dream Team family in all of its dimensions. We have people who could have walked here, rode their bike here, drove here, and some had to take a train or a plane. So what I want to do is go around the circle, say your name, where you came from, and lift up the name of someone you know who was associated with our Bragg Dream Team, who joined the ancestors. And I will start. Coach Atiba, I actually do live biking distance from here in Atlanta. And I want to lift up the name of Gail O'Neill, who will be celebrated tonight at a memorial service. But we have lots of jerseys and bike shoes in the office that were donated by my husband Paul. And it's nice stuff.
Andre Roll, Atlanta. I only get to hear the stories about some of the good coaches. One being Charles. I think I'm living through Charles because I control Phyllis. It's living through me. I'm controlling her now. But anyway, it's an honor and it's a pleasure to be with individuals who have lost. When I have lost a father, not associated, but I understand. It's an honor to be here today to honor those who have lost.
Your father probably taught you how to ride a bike.
Yes, sitting on the couch.
My name is Alvin Weeks with the LaGrange chapter of Bragg. Just recently started actually, and working with Coach Eddie, and very excited about it. Got my son involved as well, and so he trained some with us last week. Look forward to getting him even more involved, and I'm just happy to be here. Excited about what the things that we're doing, the youth that we're touching. Glad to be here, and glad to be here honoring those who have come before and been a part of this great community that we have. So thank you.
Coach Eddie, I'm from the LaGrange chapter, Dream Team. It's been around since 2019. I really have not been able to be associated with any of the coaches who passed on. I probably have seen everyone because for years I followed the Dream Team, kind of like rode beside them, in hopes that when I did retire, that I would get the opportunity to be a part of the organization with the youth, and that has happened. I'm glad to be here today. I've been here for the last couple of years, and good to see everybody back again.
Hi, my name is Trey Franklin. I'm part of the LaGrange Dream Team. I started a couple years ago, did the first brand. Very excited. I've been Coach Eddie, and I've been doing great things with the LaGrange team. Don't know any of the coaches from the past, but I pray for them. They're gone, but not forgotten. I want to continue to help Coach Eddie build the LaGrange team.
Good morning, Katie Bradshaw from Westside chapter, and I've done 2 Braggs, and that's really right now. Yeah. Good morning. My name is Linda Davis from the Westside chapter. I just started Bragg a couple months ago.
My name is Marley. I'm part of the Atlanta chapter. I've been with the Dream Team for about 5 years now. Coach Atiba has been my mentor for the longest, and he actually was coaching with my brother before I joined. I have 4 Braggs in my belt at the moment, and someone who's passed. I know of Coach Holly at the moment, and that's the most recognizable one that I do know. No one else that can touch the top of my head. Yeah, I live here in Atlanta, and
Coach Anita Collins, Gullah Geechee Club, Brunswick, Georgia. Good morning, everybody. Thank
Morning.
you for joining us on our annual Ride in Remembrance. And I'll lift up the name of Mother Marquita, a parent of one of our teammates with the Milledgeville Club. And I forget the year, 2020? 2020, when she transitioned.
Good morning. My name is Caleb. I'm from the Brunswick chapter. Been with the Dream Team for 4 years. Done 3 brags, and I would like to say Brother Jim.
Good morning. My name is Jamir. I'm also from Brunswick. I did 1 brag. I joined the brag Dream Team a couple of months ago, and then I went to look with Brother Jim too.
Good morning. I'm Coach Dana from Augusta chapter of Dream Team, and I would like to lift up the name I've heard so much on our. I had to my first bike ride across Georgia with the Dream Team just in June, and got the pleasure of riding with Phyllis, who at that time I heard so much about Coach Holly. So I'd like to lift up the name of Coach Holly. Just got to hear amazing stories for the reason that has brought us here today. So thank you.
My name is Lander, and I miss Holly and Charles.
Good morning. My name is Carl Bradshaw. I am part of the Gullah Geechee Cycling Club. I've been riding with them for now 4 years. We've done 3 brags, and I would like to remember Brother Jim, the founder of the Gullah Geechee Team.
Good morning. Merry Christmas. I don't really remember anybody, but I do want to shout out my mom because she did teach me how to ride a bike. So without that, I wouldn't have been able to join such a great organization. So I just want to shout her out. Thank you.
Her name.
Oh, Miss Sheila Prince.
Hi, my name is Asim. I'm also from the Atlanta chapter. I joined the Dream Team a couple months ago, and to be honest, I don't really know anyone who was in the Dream Team and has passed, but I want to learn.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nick Rhodes. Holly Rhodes was my mom, so I'm here today with my wife Maria and small young man Peter Anton Rhodes. Really happy to be here. From here, I live in Toronto at the moment, so we jumped on a plane yesterday and came down.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Maria. Nick just introduced me, and we remember Holly today, who I never met, but hope to hear more stories about from all of you who did know her. And we're hoping that little Peter here gets to do a brag one day.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna Rhodes, and Coach Holly was my mom, and so I'm glad to be here and to get to ride with all of you today.
Good morning, I am Lucy, and I am from Washington, D.C. area, so I flew in. And Holly was my sister, so I am here to remember and honor her courage and her coaching and her passion for lots of things, but biking.
Hi everyone, my name is Megan Palmer. I'm here from Washington, D.C., and Coach Holly was my aunt, and I miss her very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Tim Palmer. I'm Megan's father, Holly's brother, Lucy's brother, Lisa's brother, and the brother of everybody else. I want to lift up the name of my father, Jerry Palmer, who I think we've been at this, maybe we've had 11 years at TIBA, and a few of them were pandemic busts, but we've been at all of them until last year. My father died about 5 days ago, a year ago, and he was Holly's dad, and a good man, and we miss him. And we miss Holly too. We look forward to the ride.
Okay, I'm Coach Kevin. And I know what I look like, so I can just point my camera at everybody else. So anyway, I'd like to remember Coach Charles, Coach Holly, Gerald Gussack, Don McClanahan, our SAG driver who hauled us in when we needed help, and Greenie from another dream team, the leader of the Ragbri dream team. I got to remember him today. He was a big proponent of their dream team and helped make our joint venture between the two dream teams a reality. So, that was a pretty epic, wasn't it, Atiba? It was. All right, now the next.
All right, my name is James Tyler. They call me Coach Jimmy. I live on the west side here in Atlanta, retired Atlanta public school teacher. I was recruited to the Dream Team in the early 2000s, 2001, 2002 by Bruce Morton. I'd like to lift up today the name of my father, Charles Edward Tyler, who put me on a little orange bike and pushed me down the alley in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And that's where I learned how to ride a bike. Also, Charles Turner and Holly Rhodes, both bigger than life personalities. Holly was always up for philosophizing in some sort of argument or discussion about anything from the Old Testament to who knows what, politics. Charles, with his acerbic wit, always observing people, seeing what they're doing, critiquing them. I mean, he kept the camp rolling with laughter. Jim Bacote, who founded the Dream Team and his Gullah Geechee Museum, want to lift him up as well. So, very happy to be here. The circle is unbroken, and so I'm ready to rock.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Coach Phyllis from Phyllis Turner, part of the Atlanta team by way of Lawrence County, Dublin, Georgia. And I'd like to lift up my husband, Charles Turner.
Yep.
And my in-law, Holly, on the 5th anniversary of Charles's passing. I think I'm going to make it official and all of you become my in-laws today. Holly's family, you become my official in-laws. And so I'm just here in their honor. This whole experience would not have been near the experience that it has been for all of us had it not been for what Charles, Holly, and so many others have brought to the Dream Team.
Hi, my name is Thelma Robinson, Coach Thelma. I'm out of Jonesboro, the coach of Unity Cycling, and I just got word today that my one youth will not be able to make it today, so I'm here to represent Unity Cycling. And I'm thankful to Atiba and the Dream Team for modeling the way for our youth to continue to bring our futures, the next generation on wheels, cycling. So thankful to be here. Been affiliated with the Dream Team since about 2019.
I'm Bruce Morton. Been affiliated with the Dream Team since the 90s. 2004, I think it was my first one. I don't have Kevin's memory. But regardless, I might be off a few years.
You off a few years, because you were there before me, because you brought me.
Yeah. It's been a couple of decades.
I didn't come here too.
Yeah.
Ask Siri.
And I'm a native from Southwest Atlanta, and that's where I learned how to ride these hills. In Beecher Hills specifically. I want to lift up my dad, Alvin, and my mom, Mildred, and my wife, Dion, who was helpful in getting our kids on Bragg, driving SAG, cooking, helping set up tents, and also serving on the board for term or two. And also, just yesterday, we laid to rest a neighbor of mine who not only allowed us to swim in his pool, but he also was a cycling enthusiast and gave us a zest for life. Emery Stevens is also someone I want to give thanks for helping me have an adventurous life.
My name is James Williams, and unfortunately, I have nothing to offer up. I'm speechless. I'm just going to enjoy the ride.
My name is Tyler. I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah. I am lifting up my Aunt Holly today, and this will be my first ride with the Dream Team, so I'm really looking forward to it.
I am Lisa Rush, Tyler's mom, Lindsay's wife, and Coach Holly was my sister. And some of her favorite memories and the things she talked about were the brag rides that she did. And she would tell stories of tents and rain and coffee and long rides. And it's totally impressive that you kids get out and do that every year, and the coaches, and my hat goes off to you, because it's truly a feat. So.
My name is Lindsay Rush. We're from Spokane, Washington. And this is my first ride. I've usually been the sag wagon back at home, taking care of kids or such. But it's an honor to be here and to remember everybody's relatives and lost ones.
My name's Renee Valleyhay, and I'm a coach in Brunswick with the Gullah Geechee team, living on Sapelo. And I've been riding since 2019, I think, with the Dream Team. It's when I first got put on a road bike on a road, and let me tell you, it's very different from any other riding I've done my entire life. But I definitely want to honor the families who are here, who have lost loved ones, and then also just honoring those who have gone before us. The impact that they leave behind is very evident.
My name's Fred Hay. I'm with Renee and the Gullah Geechee team down on the coast. This morning I'll honor two parents, Sheila, who's already mentioned, Prince, and then Gabe Gaddis, because without Dream Team parents, there's no Dream Team. So.
My name is Tony Harris. I'm from Gray, Georgia, and this is my son Diallo, and we're riding with the team out of Millersville, Georgia. He's been riding mountain bikes for a while, and he transitioned to road bikes in July, so he hasn't been here long, and we're just proud to be here. We're just proud to be here. And I want to thank Ms. Toya and Mr. Daylon Martin for supporting our kids out of Millersville, Georgia.
My name is Marcel Barnes. I'm from the Millersville chapter. I've been riding for like 6 years. I did 3 brags. I want to lift up Coach Holly and Marquita.
Dylan Harris. My father said I've been riding for 20 years now, but just only a couple months ago, I only started riding road bike, so I'm trying to get into this.
My name is Blake Gibson. I'm from Millersville, Georgia, and I just started riding bikes a couple months ago. I want to thank Ms. Toya for introducing me to the bikes.
I want those shoes, man.
Daylon Martin with Millersville. I've been affiliated for the past 4 years. Coach Holly, Charles, and of course our local native Marquita. A non-affiliated coach, but in the cycling community, Teresa, very important to the mountain biking program as well. And my mom. Without her, I wouldn't have been on a bike 46 years ago. So I'm thankful for everybody and all of the support around the circle to make sure that we continue the life cycle of cycling.
Cherie Akins, and I'm from Fairburn, Georgia. And I was introduced to the Dream Team by James Tyler and Bruce Morton. And last summer we did we taught the children mountain bike ride. So I'm an adopted coach, and I love this. And I'd just like to pay a little homage to my brother, Elder. Thank you.
Dale Redwood here, member of the Brunswick group. I'd like to pay my respect to Jim. Okay. He formed the group with the help of Jimmy and Coach Atiba. Came and recruited a group there, and have been here for many years, including Juanita right here as well. So it's great to be here. The weather is good. Looking forward to have a beautiful ride today. Yes.
My name is Will Rhodes, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. And we're blessed that Atiba sponsored the idea of this ride in Remembrance, which is a beautiful thing. We're holding up my wife, Holly. And I always worried about Holly when she got out on the bike ride across Georgia, because Charles was going to be there. And some of us took to calling it the brawl ride across Georgia, because the two of them would really go into it. I mean, they just didn't give each other too much room, but it was fun, and it was always fun to hear the stories. And I'm so glad that this group is still prospering. We hope to help it prosper for many years to come. We've got all these Palmers here, and it's just delightful to have occasion to get together. But you know, Tim held out Jerry Palmer, his father, and Jerry was great. I will add Sue Palmer's name to the list, because really, Sue's the one that made everything kind of slide. She made life easy on all of us and gave us Holly, and we all had a lot of deep love for her. I'm happy to meet my long-lost relative, Eddie Rhodes. If we're getting on Ancestry.com, figuring it out. So,
Eddie, get the check. Get the
forward to a good ride.
Actually, Holly's parents have been with us on the Ride of Remembrance in the past. And again, now we have Holly's grandson. So it's wonderful to see it go from one generation to the next. But really, for the past 10 years, this event took place on the Silver Comet Trail. We would meet there in Smyrna and then ride the trail towards Alabama. But this year we wanted to do something different, largely because our Bragg Dream team has grown up. We actually have an office space, building, and a staff person. Unfortunately, our staff person, Coach Phillip, is not with us, because this week he not only donated his time and his money, he donated an organ, a kidney, to his cousin. And you really can't get much more than that as a human being. So he sent a message to us this morning, Ride in Remembrance, with his love and spirit. Because we have such diversity, we try to mix it up and have a couple of different options. Short, medium, and long. The long option is a metric century. And if Holly was with us, it would be a real century, 100 miles. But we're going to do a metric century, about 62 miles. And I'll be leading that group. We'll be on the Atlanta Beltline, and we'll pivot off of there on the Stone Mountain Trail, go up to Stone Mountain Park, around the mountain, and come back, get out 62 miles. Wow. The medium option, Coach Jimmy, you want to tell them?
Yeah, this is, for those of you who love junk miles, this is going to be one of those rides. It's going to be a beautiful tour of the West End. We're going to follow the West Beltline all the way up to Washington Park, and then cut down Simpson over to the Beltline Extender, go under Bankhead Highway, and follow the new part of the trail around to Huff Road, and then come back through, I don't know, Howell Station. We're going to come back down Lowry, head over to Centennial Park, and then back down to the West End. And we're going to go through a lot of different railroad communities. You know, Atlanta would not exist without the railroads, and each one of these little communities that the Beltline cuts through is an old railroad community. Maybe we'll say something about them as we go through.
How far are you going?
20 miles. Thereabout, maybe a little more, a little less.
So the Atlanta Beltline is an idea that was born about 25 years ago and started taking shape in this century. And right now, they say when it's finished, it'll be a 22-mile loop around the city of Atlanta. Unfortunately, it's only done in pieces here, there, there. So, for example, if you go that way, you won't go far because they're building it out. The trail's blocked. If you go this way, you go about 4 miles. Again, you can't go any further because they're building it out. So the short option is really just this stretch. It's a 4 miles to Washington Park, which is a beautiful park. It has a natatorium if anybody wants to take a swim indoors. And then we'll come back on the short option. Where is Miss Toya?
Right here.
Hey! So, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Toya Barnes, Milledgeville. We've been with Dream Team since 2012 when we first brought them to Milledgeville and introduced them to our students and stuff. So, yeah, I'll be bringing lunch today.
Yeah, we have some good barbecue sandwiches and baked beans and collard greens and all that good stuff. That'll be here for lunchtime around noon. But the long route, we actually eat lunch on the road. Okay. Any questions? We want to come to the middle. Put your hands in.
Wherever the middle ends up. All right. And I'll stay a little to the outside so I can get the view.
We have a saying when we come together. One love. Okay? So on 3, we raise our hands. Okay? 1, 2, 3.
One love! All right. And now you've seen our circle. It's mighty special. So let me go see if I can get ready to ride. I might try to do the 20 miles. Let's see what happens. Coach Jimmy's telling us a little bit about the area. Adair Park on one side, and we're heading toward West End. All right, here we go. Coach Jimmy, here, you got it. It's a chance for us to get a picture here. Looking good, y'all. Which overpass is this? What road is that? All right, now I think we can see everybody. Look at all the artwork in there. It's really good. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Look how high up we are. You can see the Coca-Cola building, the old Nations Bank building. Oh, we can see some riders right here. Tell me your name again.
Diallo Harris.
All right, it's good to see you. And let's see if Coach Jimmy has anything to say to us. Coach Jimmy, which road is this?
All right.
Which road is this?
Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Wow, I'll be.
Yeah.
Very good. And here's a landmark for us. Pilgrims Traveler Baptist right here next to the trail. All right, one last look, and it's time to go again. We're at Washington Park.
We're gonna pass the statues that are here.
Statues?
Don't they have Hosea Williams and
They are on MLK itself.
Okay, all right.
And we're north of that right now.
All right.
Now we could, I mean, if people wanted to see the high school, we could go to Booker T. Washington High School.
I think it would be great for the children
like
to see
to see
the
that?
statues. Yeah, I would like for them to see.
What year was the riot? Okay, so we got the riot now.
We're gonna turn around.
Okay. Where is Kipway's Academy? Is Kipway's just down the street?
It's on Joseph
here,
Lot.
It's like a high school reunion. All the different high schools come here from Atlanta and they barbecue and they do stuff. And they don't beef. I mean, I really like it.
The question
All right,
was,
well,
what year was the race?
Huh?
What year was the riot?
That was 1908, sometime like that.
Oh, that one.
So this
That was a long time
named
ago.
after Booker T. Washington,
Yeah.
as is the high school. All right, we're gonna go back out and
We'll come back up here.
All right.
Here in Atlanta.
He's telling us about Booker T. Washington.
And he stood for self-sufficiency, self-reliance at a time when we really needed it. It was his trained people. Most of the builders here in the city of Atlanta, they were trained in Tuskegee, and they went north. They went north from Alabama. It was Booker T. Washington's men who bought Harlem, setting the stage for the Harlem Renaissance. Booker T was such an example that when Marcus Garvey came to this country, he came here to meet Booker T. Washington. But Booker T. Washington had died. So he had his real ill-fated meeting with Du Bois. He and Du Bois did not get along. And, but Marcus Garvey built on what Booker T. Washington did in Harlem. He created the cultural impact of the Harlem Renaissance. Most of the leading lights of the Harlem Renaissance were sponsored by Marcus Garvey, Langston Hughes, Claude McKay, Zora Neale Hurston, Augusta Savage, Raymond Barthay, sculpture, graphic arts, poetry, literature. Marcus Garvey had a literary organ out of Harlem that was the beacon for the entire black nation. And it was all built on what Booker T. Washington was doing. Du Bois was jealous. He started the campaign, Garvey must go. And before long, Garvey was locked up here in Atlanta in the federal prison. It was from Atlanta that he was deported back to Jamaica. But Booker T. Washington is not given credit nearly as much for what he stood for. Like I said, self-reliance, self-defense. I mean, he met with the Klan and told the Klan that they better not bother his people. And a lot of people did not like that, but it was an effective truce. They did not, the Klan did not bother Booker T. Washington's people. He said, we're interested in getting our own commerce, our own business, our own industry, build our own neighborhoods, that sort of thing.
One of his main philosophies that we can be one as the hand, but as separate as the fingers. And that was, because we had segregation during that time. And, he really believed in that self-sufficiency because studying French, Greek and Latin, but then again your grass needs cutting and your house falling down. His whole philosophy, as you said, was self-sufficiency and to learn and build for ourselves. That was in direct conflict with Du Bois, because he felt that the talented tend to actually control the group, and he had a whole different philosophy of life.
Well,
great.
Yeah, he did, and Du Bois was very much for integration. But Booker T was saying, if we get the book learning, and we master agriculture and the mechanical, that we'll get the rights that we need because we'll have the economic power. And if we went with the integration, we have the political power, but we still have the issues of the economic underpinning that we don't have yet. The Booker T said is a prerequisite for enjoying citizenship rights. You got to have some power.
Yeah.
And it's not numbers, but it's money.
Resources.
Resources.
I was more toward the wall.
I was too. I was told that Booker T was a capitulationist, but no, he really wasn't.
No, he was a realist.
Yeah. It was pragmatic.
Right.
I've been to a lot of schools. You got theory, and then you got real life.
Yeah.
That's why you look at the colleges. Come on, going back to technical training.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
You want to have good sense.
Uh-oh, I better put the camera away. All right. Oh, there's my bike. I almost forgot where I put it. Wow, this is not flat. We're having to really climb some hills. And as you can see, we're just west of downtown Atlanta.
28 to 3 and let them come back and
Now, let's see what Coach Jimmy has to say.
One of the homes of Martin Luther King. What about up the street? Maybe a block or two. I think that's the one that was in the I don't know why it's not. There's not a marker or anything there. I don't understand it. But Sunset.
Oh, this is Sunset.
This is Sunset.
Okay.
This is, a very important street.
It is, but there's no marker.
There's no marker.
And it's closed.
He lived there.
Even when he died.
Well, see,
Really?
Yeah.
Who lived there?
Martin Luther King.
Did he? Okay.
So in the 80s, this is the bluff, so it became a big drug area. You rent the movie Snow on the Bluff. They'll tell you about. So you got Fine City, the Bluff on this side. You got Bankhead on the other side of the hill. So you have two different neighborhoods. I taught them both of them. And the kids went back and forth from one side to the other. Gentrification has come in. Part of it, this park here was full of houses. There's a creek that's there. It would flood so often that the city condemned all that property. And so for years there was nothing there but vacant fields. Now they've opened it up and made it a park again. But old timers will tell you about how they used to fish from this creek back in the early 20th century. And this creek goes all the way down around to the Westside Park.
So there's water there? We're going to go down
Yeah,
water?
yeah, we're going down there.
Is it Proctor Creek?
Proctor Creek. Proctor Creek. And I had not intended to go to the Westside Park. Let me see what our mileage is like right now.
5, 6.
Is it?
Hopefully it's a little more than that.
6.2.
6.2, okay, that's not too bad.
I got 6.5, yeah.
Very good.
So we're going to continue. We'll get it in. I don't know if we'll to get to the park. We're going to skirt the edge of the park, but to get into it, we'd actually have to ride on Bankhead, which I'm not.
It's kind of busy.
Right, and then coming in on that south side of the park are some sharp hills to get to the park.
Wow.
It's not an easy way in, easy way out right now. The Beltline eventually is going to come right through there. But they don't have a connection. We're going to ride on the Beltline on the outside of the park.
Very good.
All right, so we're going to roll down here. I can't remember what they named this park. They wanted to name it Mims Park, but he was a Confederate, so they had to change the name. They called it something else, but the park is fairly new. It's only been here a couple years.
All right, here we go.
Some of the things that was being done with houses, how it was being flipped and that sort of thing. Center Hill. He grew up in Center Hill. Yeah.
And who was that? I just started the camera. Who was that?
T.I., the rapper.
Oh, T.I. the rapper, okay.
Right, and so he bought Bankhead Seafood and he lowered it to the ground and has built it back up. It's going to have a nice deck on the top. The building is almost finished. If you go by there, you can see that it's there. And I imagine it'll open sometime in the next few months.
But it used to be something about the little hole in the wall, the tables that had 3 legs, and so you go in there and the line would be outside the door when you got the fish. But it was some of the best fish in town. And,
oh, wow.
It was good.
Oh, wow.
Bankhead fish. I hope they can still duplicate the recipe.
So, you know, Goody Mob and all those people, that's what they were talking about. All right, we're going to go under the Bankhead tunnel up under the street, and you're going to see some new development that represents the new Bankhead area. So hopefully we can keep both. Okay, this is the Trap Museum. The Trap Museum.
What's trap? Trap museum.
Trap house is, you know, where you organize yourself to sell drugs. And all kind of stuff goes on there. Music and drugs and camaraderie and that kind of, you know, trap house.
I have a feeling it's not.
You said a trap.
It's not Dristain and Anderson either.
It's trap music. Trap music.
Yeah. How about that? We'll learn all kinds of stuff, aren't we?
Here we go.
All right, back in the bag. Look at that. We got our own sign here. And if I understand correctly, we're going underneath Bankhead Highway. That's its old name. It's got another name now, which I think is Donald Hollowell Parkway. I'll have to check. Make sure. And so we get everybody lined up. Okay, and Coach Jimmy gets a shot.
If you can position yourself so you can see me. Ah, you look magnificent. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Turn your camera sideways.
Get along here. There you go.
Work with it, Phil. 1, 2, 3. Excellent.
Good shot, y'all.
All right, so we're going to go along. We're going to go on around, and we're headed toward the Westside Park, the newest park, the largest Atlanta park. We won't get in there today, but we'll come close. In the future. If you don't have any familiarity with that,
you don't want to get it now.
I have to edit that out. So yeah, this is where Boxcar Betty's is located, right here along beside Marietta Street. And King Plow is right back here. Well, now we're up over the railroad. Yeah, this is the main lines coming from Atlanta, going to the north and northwest. And I think this is Ivan Allen Boulevard. I think before it was called Jones Street, but I'm not sure. So we had a heck of a climb coming up here, didn't we?
We did. It was really some kind of climb, man.
Yeah.
It brought everything I had.
Yeah.
I had to stand up.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I was running my granny gear in 5 miles an hour.
I hear that.
Yeah. All right, here comes a rider coming the other way, so I better get out of the way. And here we go. Wow, they've fixed this bridge up or replaced it or whatever, but that's the old Southern Railway building. And so we're entering Castleberry Hill.
Oh, it's down. We was down.
Let's see what Coach Jimmy says.
Some more people at the great level, they lived in this part of Atlanta. They probably went to Friendship when it was down here before it was moved and all that. So we're going to go left and cut through Castleberry back down to the west end. We are not far away. It's mostly downhill from here.
Yay.
How many miles have we ridden?
I like that. That's really good. Just awesome. I'm glad y'all got to come on this ride. All right, how's it going? Look at where we are. This is Metropolitan Parkway, formerly Stewart Avenue. Yep. All kinds of hilly. But it looks like they just paved it. Maybe I'll try it out in the middle of the night one day. So we are finished. We're back here at the NIA Center, which there's no sign on this side, but that's where we are. Oops, sorry about that.
I dug in there.
Thank y'all.
Are you sure? Okay. Yeah. Is that a large?
And so we're gonna relax. All right, picture time.
Yeah, we did it. Can you do it long way?
And look at Coach Dale's taking it easy over there. He's got it made.
Mr. Eddie, we gotta get you in this pic. Okay.
You already got the time now.
We got Team LaGrange here.
Yes.
I'm real proud of y'all.
Thank you.
Coming all the way up here. You got a good photographer too.
Thank you.
Mighty good, mighty good. Y'all looking sharp.
Great year.
Yes, indeed. All right.